Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go, this is Valley News Live at noon.
The Jamestown Fire Department was called to a house fire early this morning. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. It all happened just before 2 a.m. when crews arrived to flames coming from a deck at the front of a home at 614 9th Avenue Southeast. Lieutenant Moore of the fire department isn't sure the cause of the fire, and luckily no one was hurt. As of right now, the investigation is ongoing and the family who was affected is being helped by the Red Cross. 9 passengers were injured last night after a commuter train in Northern California derailed. Officials say the train may have collided with a downed tree on the tracks before tumbling into a river. NBC's Bob Riddell is on the scene in Niles Canyon, California.
Pacific believes it was a mudslide that swept a tree onto its tracks and caused this Ace commuter rail car to tumble a horrifying 50 feet into the cold waters of the Alameda Creek. This happened around 7:30 last night in Niles Canyon. This is about 40 miles southeast of San Francisco. This was a 4-car train with an engine pushing from behind, carrying 214 passengers between San Jose and Stockton. It was the last one of the night when 2 of the cars derailed. Now, one stayed upright, teetering on a ledge, while the other fell into the creek. The cab flooded. Passengers screamed. First responders raced to rescue those who could not escape on their own. Remarkably, everyone survived, but 9 people were hurt, 4 seriously.
It's a minor miracle. It's rugged, it's rural, it's cold, it's dark. And for the people that are on the train, they may not be dressed to be out in 45-degree weather at the time, in kind of a misty fog. So you've got to account for all these things that are going on.
It's not clear how fast this train was traveling. We do know that, generally speaking, ACE trains are supposed to go relatively slow through Niles Canyon because the terrain is so steep and curvy. Here in Niles Canyon, Bob Riddell for NBC News.
The train line there is expected to be closed the remainder of the day as the investigation continues and the derailed train is removed. The flu is now considered widespread in Minnesota. Flu activity was widespread across the Midwest starting in last week of February, according to the CDC. This coming after a relatively quiet season up until now. The Minnesota Department of Health reports 359 people have been hospitalized by influenza cases since the beginning of the flu season. Minnesota state lawmakers head back to work today for the 2016 legislative session. Among the top issues for both parties, how to spend, save, or give back the $900 million surplus and a statewide transportation bill. Republicans hope to carve out tax breaks while Democrats want to invest more into early education and paid family leave. Lawmakers will begin this year's legislative session amid scaffolding at the Capitol due to an ongoing construction project. House representatives alone will meet in their chambers while their Senate counterparts convene in nearby buildings. Most of us in the valley woke up to sprinkles, but can we expect more rain throughout the day? Let's check in with meteorologist Lisa Green. Lisa?
We should, and in fact, some of us getting rain right now, even some thunderstorms passing through the valley. On top of that, we have some concerns about fog that remains in place. Here's a look over the last several hours in Fargo, Moorhead. You can see visibility really coming down for a time from our tower cam here. Things did start to improve here in Fargo, but there are places where we're struggling with visibility. Fergus Falls, 1/4 mile. Detroit Lake, still less than a mile there, and up toward Baudette, a 1/2 mile visibility as well. 1.5 miles in Thief River Falls. Here's a look at what's going on. We've got low pressure moving through the valley, rain down, and even some snow down in southwestern parts of the viewing area now. But up to the north, a band of showers and thunder showers has been hitting the northwestern part of Minnesota, and you could see lightning strikes popping up there. And we did get a report from one of our viewers on Facebook saying they were hearing and seeing thunder and lightning, and in addition to that, some hail as well in these storms. So spring-like weather definitely here. Here's what it's actually like outside for temperatures. It's in the 30s now, so we are starting to see that cold air push in, but the one spot that's doing all right is Wadena, still on the warm side of the system at 61 degrees currently, so pretty wild out there. A preview of our forecast for the rest of the day. Not looking great. I'll let you know what you can expect to see. Temperatures are going to be cool, windy, and chances for precip through the rest of the day.
Sounds good. Thanks, Lisa. Brace yourself for some major road work on Interstate 29 in Fargo starting this spring. But this one won't be done until the end of the season. There's a proposal to raise I-29 near Fleet Farm in South Fargo to help with flood protection. That part of the highway will be eventually torn out completely and raised about 6 feet. The city held a public meeting last night to discuss the project, and it's expected to cost anywhere from $14 to $20 million. Initial construction on the interstate will start this season as crews work to add crossovers.
The crossovers, so when we close one lane at a time, the crossovers enabling people to cross from the northbound to the southbound lane and vice versa will be constructed this summer. Next summer will be the big project with the actual tearing up of the interstate and raising the grades and putting the levee in and so forth.
The crossovers are only being constructed this summer. They will not be used until the big project begins in the summer of 2017. The Fargo Park District is holding a job fair Tuesday for its seasonal openings. It's going on from 4 to 7 p.m. at the depot in downtown Fargo. You can visit with supervisors and learn more about the estimated 200 to 300 jobs available. And you can also enter to win one of a dozen prizes, including free rounds of golf at Edgewood, Prairiewood, Rose Creek, El Zagal, and Osgood, as well as 3-month Courts Plus community fitness membership. North America's largest Scandinavian festival has announced this year's entertainment lineup. Some of the performers at the Norsk Høstfest will be Emmylou Harris, Daniel O'Donnell, and country music's Big and Rich. The festival kicks off on September 28th and runs through October 1st in the Minot and North Dakota State Fairgrounds. To see the complete list, head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. How do you wash your clothes? Lights and hot water and darks and cold? Well, turns out you might be doing the household chore wrong. Mary Maloney explains in today's Consumer Watch.
It's one of the basic rules of laundry. The hotter the water, the cleaner the clothes. The reason? Your detergent. Historically, detergents needed the hotter water to be more effective. But Consumer Reports experts say that rule no longer exists. Now there are detergents formulated to work better in the cold water. In fact, Consumer Reports says the cold cycle is more effective at cleaning your clothes and removing stains. If the water hits higher than 75 degrees, the detergents become less effective, and the heat may help stains dig deeper into your clothes. The hot water can also damage some fabrics. Here's when you should use hot water: if you have to sanitize your clothes because of illness, bugs, or if your baby wears reusable diapers. Even then, the hot cycle may not be enough. Use bleach if you need to sanitize, or place those items in boiling water. You can also use your iron to kill germs. So, happy washing on the cold cycle. Consumer Reports says if you use decent detergent and have a machine that's working well, your clothes will get cleaned. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mary Maloney.
And of course, remember to like Valley News Live on Facebook to follow the latest news, weather, and breaking news updates anytime on your feed. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed all day. Coming up, how a national movement is helping to give transitional medical care to those in need. But next, weather to plan your day.